I think we're live.
Here we are. Trying something a little different today. Going live on YouTube on Litter Media because we've been having some difficulties with Facebook.
Yes. Mark Zuckerberg has it out for us.
We were getting too popular. This is the conspiracy theory today.
Yeah.
Too popular. So they had to shut us down. Not exactly shutting us down, but haven't been able to figure out what the issue is. So going live now on YouTube, at least for the time being, maybe permanently. We'll give that a wait and see. Welcome for another edition of Litter Media Live. I'm back in studio, was working on assignment, if you could call that.
Yeah.
Down at Marco Island in Florida, sending in some things each day. Saw some pretty sunsets down there.
You have pictures?
Well, not that I can show on the screen that you would see, but
You can just show me, the audience.
the sunset was closed.
Oh, wow.
With cloud cover, as far as seeing the orb, the ball. But the colors that lit up the sky were absolutely beautiful.
That's gorgeous.
On sunsets. It's very romantic, Aaron. If you'd have been there, I'd have kissed you.
I'm glad I wasn't there.
So we're back. Dan is away, and maybe we'll talk more about that in coming days when we find out a little bit more about Dan's circumstance. But cloudy skies, but he's alive. He's alive. How well he is right now, we're not sure. Cloudy skies for this Monday, and that will remain the same throughout the overnight. We have had a little bit of rain this morning, but we anticipate that that's going to lift, but will remain mostly cloudy throughout the day. High of 81. Kind of a rinse and repeat for tomorrow, Tuesday, and then some sunshine on Wednesday with a high of 84 degrees. Some big news over the weekend. Obviously, we don't talk a whole lot about national or world stories, but the word that came down yesterday about the president was so big that it actually is making history. So we'll talk about that as part of our daily topics, all ahead here on Litter Media Live on YouTube. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. They've been in the business for more than 4 decades, and they have expanded far beyond the Scioto Valley. If you need residential, commercial work done, they can help in all 3 of these categories. Give Accurate a call. In fact, we'll be talking with them at 9 o'clock this Wednesday morning to talk about their involvement with the Lancaster Festival, which is currently underway. All that ahead on Litter Media.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway-Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway-Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
Haynes Tuttle Healthcare Center is celebrating 50 years of serving the chiropractic, physical therapy, and nutritional needs of the community. Click on this ad anywhere you see it on littermedia.com, and it will take you right to their website to learn more. HaynesHealth.com. And we're ready for news, Mike.
As soon as you're ready. There we go. Well, over the weekend, a historical story, actually. President Joe Biden announced that he is dropping his bid for re-election. The announcement came Sunday afternoon on the president's X page, formerly known as Twitter. He stated that he will remain in office through the end of his term, which runs through January 20th of 2025. It's likely the Democratic National Convention in mid-August will select a new nominee for his slot. Now, he is endorsing his Vice President, Kamala Harris, but it's going to be up to the convention to make that final decision. Now, this is the latest time of year that a U.S. president has ever announced his plan not to proceed for re-election since Lyndon Johnson announced that he would not seek re-election on March 31st of 1968. Prior to that, Harry Truman did the same thing on March 29th of 1952.
Which is still like 4 months before July.
Right. So this actually is a historical event this late in the re-election campaign for President Biden.
He just got COVID, didn't he?
Yes, he is recuperating in Delaware with that, and I think he said in his post, by the way, we have a story on this on littermedia.com where he's expected to make a on-camera announcement about his decision, which is the decision is made, it's finalized, but he'll address the nation about that, I think, one day, maybe Wednesday or Thursday of this week.
Yeah. Tickets are still on sale for Monday Night Jazz with Columbus Jazz Orchestra. Bring your friends and family for a night at the Lancaster Festival. Lawn tickets for adults are $40 each, and child lawn tickets are $10 each. So 17 and under, you get in for $10, but once you turn 18, you're paying $40.
Yeah. Now, the Lancaster Festival got underway over the weekend. It runs through this coming Saturday night in Lancaster, and country music star Lee Brice is the headliner for the closing concert this coming Saturday night. So if you've never been over to the Lancaster Festival, venture on over there. They got some neat things going each day and each evening. The Chillicothe-Ross County Public Library has been selected as a recipient of the American Library Association's Libraries Transforming Communities, Accessible Small and Rural Communities Initiative. Now, the public's invited to weigh in on this initiative, whether you have a disability or you advocate for someone who does. You're welcome to join in on the conversation at the main library Annex Room B on Tuesday, July the 30th. So that would be not tomorrow. That's a week from tomorrow at 11 a.m. By the way, the annex is located at 140 South Paint Street in Chillicothe.
The Ohio State Fair opens this Wednesday in Columbus, and the fair runs through August 4th.
You ever been to the State Fair?
I have. I saw Boston and Kansas there when I was a kid with my dad.
Super.
That's the only time I went, though.
Great doubleheader.
Yeah. I wanted to go a couple years ago when Willie Nelson was there, but I didn't end up going.
How many years ago was that?
Willie Nelson?
Yeah.
I want to say 2.
Okay.
Or maybe last year. I don't know.
I guess he used to golf at one of the golf courses in northern Pickaway County whenever he was in the Columbus area.
Oh, really?
And the reason he would go down there is because they'd let him play with his shirt off.
That's funny.
But that golf course has since closed, so he's probably not doing that. Instructions have been released for those wanting to camp at this year's Pike County Fair, which is next week. The first day of move-in starts this Thursday with only 4-H Advisory Committee, OSU Extension, and Fair Board approved campers. They have the second round of move-ins for campers this Friday. Those are campers who paid the early bird camping fee and primitive camping. They can move in up until 6 p.m. this Friday, and then on Saturday, July 27th, all other campers who have been assigned a spot can move in. Road Report is in Pike County. If you're heading to the fairgrounds, you might want to keep this in mind. A slide repair project between Shoulder Lane and Omega. Work will occur daily for this construction. State Route 335 will be closed for the duration of the project, and traffic will be detoured via State Route 220 to State Route 32, and they believe this project will be completed on August the 23rd of this year. That's a look at your news topics for the day. When we'll come back, we'll talk about sports. Big night for the Paints last night.
Yeah.
The sweep. Tell you all about it coming up on Litter Media. Scioto Valley Dumpsters, your guys that help you clean things up around your property with the big, giant orange dumpsters that they can bring in. For a free quote, give Carl a call at 253-8389 and tell Carl that Litter Media sent you. Sports coming up.
Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week.
As a basketball coach and a dad, I need to be able to keep up.
Mark came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc.
I was so confident in Dr. Fleming, he explained everything.
Together, they decided on minimally invasive spinal surgery to relieve Mark's pain and get him back to what matters most. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Now that's one fast mower. Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Mike Smith and Aaron Glandon back with you on Litter Media Live on not Facebook today, but YouTube.
Yes, YouTube.
And that may be where we'll stay for a while with the issues we've had with the Facebook. Starting with the Chillicothe Paints, they win a doubleheader last night. The Paints beat Johnstown Millrats 11-6 in Game 1, or actually was it 11-6 in the nightcap? Yeah, the nightcap was 11-6.
Yes.
The first game was 14-6. Go Paints.
Go Paints. The Reds were swept this weekend by the Nationals with a 5-2 loss yesterday.
Boo.
Boo. And the Guardians also lost their weekend series with a... You wrote down...
Padres?
Yes.
2-1
with the
loss.
Padres. 2-1 loss. But you wrote down 5-2 again.
Is that right?
Yes. You tried to mislead me, Mike.
Silly me. Just follow the image on the page for those of you who are watching live. Yeah, the Reds and Guardians both coming out of the All-Star break. They're playing like they were still on the All-Star break.
Yeah.
I guess Ellie De La Cruz did get a base hit, but Hunter Green, in his appearance, he gave up what turned out to be the game-winning home run in the All-Star game. So kind of a 50-50 showing for the Reds there.
I have a buddy who works for the Reds now.
Is that right?
He was working for the Braves, but he got a job with the Reds.
And he does what with them?
He's a videographer.
Well, congratulations.
For their social medias.
To your buddy, whoever that is. Anybody else you want to say hello to while we're here?
Nope.
Okay. Somebody special is watching Aaron today. When we come back, we have two different dates for this date in history, but they both involve the same person. All that's coming up next on Litter Media Live.
Litter Quality Propane, online propane monitoring and reporting. Know your home's consumption and gas remaining in the tank. Find out more at litterpropane.com.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
Are you looking for a beer that satisfies your thirst and love of country? Armed Forces Brewing Company brews beer for patriots. Celebrate freedom with every sip. Armed Forces Brewing Company. Freedom never tasted so good.
All right.
Bumped the microphone there. Sorry about that.
You were tackling it. It attacked you. This date in history, actually there's one from 1923 and another one from 1934, but they involve the same individual. On this date in 1923, this guy, John Dillinger, joined the U.S. Navy in order to avoid charges of auto theft in Indiana, marking the beginning of America's most notorious criminal's downfall. Years later, Dillinger's reputation was forged in a single 12-month period during which he robbed more banks than legendary criminal Jesse James. Dillinger didn't last in the Navy very long. He went AWOL several times in just 12 months. He was sent back to Indiana, where he was arrested for armed robbery the following summer. He was sentenced to 10 to 20 years. He was let out of prison on parole in May of 1933, where his escapades accelerated. And then on this same date, how ironic, 1934, outside of Chicago's Biograph Theater, Dillinger, who at that time was America's public enemy number one, is killed by law enforcement officer in a hail of bullets. In a fiery bank robbing career that lasted over a year, Dillinger and his associates robbed 11 banks of more than $300,000.
Wow.
He broke jail and narrowly escaped capture multiple times. He killed 7 police officers and 3 federal agents. And one of those breakouts from jail was in Lima, Ohio.
Wow. But you know who he didn't rob? Kingston National Bank.
That's right. I'm not sure they were around at that particular time, but they were secure. That's going to wrap things up today. We have a video assignment we have to get packed up and ready to get to here very shortly. So we'll be back with you with a special edition of Litter Media Live at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, as we'll be talking with representatives of the Ross County Junior Fair Board about their upcoming activities. We talked to them about the livestock sale changes, but these are other activities that they'll have coming up at the Ross County Fair in a couple of weeks. So until that time, for
Aaron Glandon,
this is Mike Smith, and for Dan Ramey saying so long from all of us at Litter Media Live.